Nithyanandam, with the auspicious grace and blessings of my Guru, His Holiness Paramahamsa Nithyananda Swami, Swamiji, I welcome you to this video, where I share my personal experience and do my best to describe what it's like living in the Bengaluru Aadheenam. Now, I've lived both in the Bengaluru Aadheenam in India, and the Aadheenam is in Bidadi, which is just outside of Bengaluru. And I'm currently living in the Los Angeles Aadheenam. So I've had a taste of living around Swamiji and living away from Swamiji. Now, as a disclaimer, no doubt, wherever you are, when you have that feeling connection to Swamiji, Swamiji is with you. The true essence of Swamiji is with you on just the remembrance of him. But there is a but. It's very rare happening when an avatar walks on planet Earth. So obviously, being around him in his physical form, words cannot describe what that experience is. When I was living in the Aadheenam, I can't tell you how many times I felt like my eyes were going to just pop out of my head out of such excitement and amazement and just wonder watching Swamiji in action. How he deals with life, how he deals with so-called mundane problems to huge problems facing a devotee's life and death, to huge problems facing the communities, the sanghas, our sanghas, other mutts, the dynamics of just how he understands the dynamics of how all the Hindu organizations work, how he deals with devotees' problems as complicated as they're in some financial mess versus they can't find the cow in the goshala. Everything is dealt with such precision and such compassion. And how he presents himself, how he handles the situations, there's actually no word for it. It has to be experienced. It's just so dynamic, so exciting, and so fulfilling to watch. You just feel complete when you see Swamiji in action. You just feel like a kid being around him. Yes, being around him means be around the epicenter, and that epicenter does not tolerate any patterns. And your patterns will be blasted out. But that is a blessing, because you're getting the direct laser surgery by Swamiji when you're living in the Aadheenam. I can say it's been a couple of years since I've actually been in the Aadheenam, but the lessons I learned, the experiences that happened while I was in the Aadheenam, still give me clarity, still give me understanding, and they give me new understandings that I actually never thought of at the time or even right afterwards. Actually, I'll give you one small example. There was one Adinavasi meeting where Swamiji said, somehow the topic of our spiritual names came up. And Swamiji said this, and he's just talked about spiritual names before, and I'll probably have a different video just to give you more context. But he said, when I give you a spiritual name, it is my anyakara for you. And then he started calling out some of our names, and he said what those names meant for his anyakara. So then he said, Dhyanatma, always in completion. At the time, when I heard that, I thought, oh my God, Swamiji thinks I'm always in incompletion. Because some of the other definitions he gave for other people's names were more like a role or something like more concrete of a position or role or some kind of path they were supposed to follow. For me, he said always in completion. I was like, if anything Swamiji says, just him saying my name brings me to completion and gets me excited. But when he said that, I had a little bit sinking feeling, oh God, he thinks I'm always in completion. Only I'm telling you, and then that meeting was over. And then when I came back to LA, probably over a year later, I understood what he meant was, what I didn't understand at the time, was that always in completion means what? Enlightenment. Radiating that space of enlightenment all the time, not just sometimes, not just when you have a darshan, not just when things go according to your expectations, all the time. So that is the ultimate blessing. That is what I am seeking as a human being, as a disciple of Swamiji, is just that space of eternally blissful, always in completion, come what may. So his highest anyakara for me is enlightenment. So that was it. But when it hit me at such a critical moment where that understanding opened up like a lotus, and the understanding itself gave me completion. So just like that, in the Aadheenam, the whole context is your spiritual transformation, explosion, not even an evolution, not even a growth. You can just explode right now. And with that context, even the slightest word someone says to you, even if something doesn't go according to plan, sometimes work will get stuck, sometimes it moves, sometimes your department changes, you don't know why, literally it got moved physically. So many things happen. But if you have the context that Swamiji is working on me, how I'm reacting to this is a test for me to see, can I drop this pattern if I'm reacting to something? So, being in the Aadheenam is like an incubator for your potential and getting established in that. But the icing on the cake is that you get to be around Swamiji. You get to see him in action. You get to see how he handles every situation, whether it's a media situation, a legal situation, whether it's just the devotees sharing, whether it's work not getting done, whether it's a huge breakthrough. Seeing how he so precisely deals with everyone's issues or everyone's patterns, precisely and with such compassion, it naturally has an effect on you. It naturally shows you how you should be, how you should handle people. And there's no excuses. There's no thing called failure. You learn from whatever happened, but you don't make, he says your failures may have happened, but the failures are not you. So the disassociation between a failure and you also happens. And Swamiji's humor, his jokes, the way he puts everything, he connects everything and makes it so beautiful, and the spontaneity. One day you'll be sitting in your department and there's some schedule that you're following, and then all of a sudden Swamiji calls for an Adinavasi meeting, and you're sitting in the middle of a power manifestation session, and then all of a sudden you're able to body scan or remote view or blindfold read. And this is an everyday experience. I've lived, before meeting Swamiji, I've lived in New York City, I've lived in Chicago, I've lived in Houston, and I've traveled the world. And I can say before meeting Swamiji, I had a good life, in the sense I had a lot of friends, it was a young professional type of life in Manhattan. I had a good college life. All those things I had the experience of fun, but not the experience that Swamiji gives of just pure, blissful excitement. The constant rejuvenation through his presence. I can't tell you how many times when sitting in the Aadheenam, just watching Swamiji, your eyes just bug out because you just want to soak it all in. And your cheeks are hurting because the laughter is just too much to handle. So there's actually no other place you should want to be. If Swamiji sends you to go somewhere else, and that's the place for you. But if you're sitting at home and watching this, and you feel you have a strong connection to Swamiji, and you know what he's doing for humanity, and you know what he's done for you, there actually is no other place you should be than in the Aadheenam. And anything that's holding you back is just your pattern. It is just the Maya matrix working on you. But he's giving you all the tools and techniques to get past it and make it there and make it home. You'll feel like Aadheenam is your home. It is the life, actually you'll feel like your life started once you joined the Aadheenam. Swamiji even said yesterday, he said, if anyone who leaves Aadheenam, if they're gone more than 7 days, done. They've just lost touch with what's happening in the Aadheenam. They have to come back as a new Aadheenavasi. So that tells you so much happens in 7 days. In just a 1 week period, so much happens in Aadheenam. And forget 1 week, so much happens in 1 day. Literally, you feel like in 1 day you've lived 4 or 5 days. So the amount of opportunity for transformation and the kind of healing that happens just being in Swamiji's presence. These things have to be experienced. They can't really be described, but you'll see it as a common theme of people who've lived there for some time, that this is the truth and this has been their experience. So I highly encourage you to look into becoming an Aadheenavasi if any of these aspects of this lifestyle click with you. And if anything's making you hesitate, it's simply your pattern. It's simply something where you're stuck. And then even that, don't feel bad about it. Complete with it. You're stuck, and it's an opportunity to come out of it. And Swamiji is actually showing it to you, because your being is connected to him. There's no even question there. But why that's not turning into action is where you have to question and where you have to look in. And he will be with you when you look in. So thank you for allowing me to share. If you have any questions about being an Aadheenavasi or being a sannyasi in the Bengaluru Aadheenam, then please message me. And I'll include some links where Swamiji speaks about being an Aadheenavasi and in the description of this video, maybe on the video itself too. So thank you so much for allowing me to share, and Nithyanandam.